Hi everyone, I'm so honored to be here to introduce to you an amazing, powerful, and wonderful person, Loveness. I had the honor to meet with her. In fact, she volunteered to help me to videotape the Divine Love book and also some courses. She's such an amazing servant for humanity and the divine. And I'm so honored to be here with you and to have her to share some of her life stories and also her passion. So, Loveness, can you tell us why you're here? Who are you?
First of all, I just want to say I'm really honored to be here with you. It's an amazing opportunity in this lifetime to be able to be next to people like you and our beloved our father, Master Shah. And I don't know where to start. All I know is I'm just burning with so much desire to serve. And serving you is serving me really well. So I feel really blessed about that. And serving you is serving the divine, and helping you, helping Master Shah and everybody else. You're helping me a lot in clearing things so I can be a better servant of the divine. So I will just talk a little bit, hopefully, about how I got here and who I am and what I do. I was born in Zimbabwe, and I was born in the city of Bulawayo, and then as a child, I went and lived with my grandmother in the countryside of Beitbridge. And Beitbridge is a small, very remote rural community which is between the actual village's name is called Mareka village, and it's between Gwanda and Beitbridge, and in the middle of nowhere. There is nothing there. There is no running water, there's no electricity, there is no cars, there is nothing. People use foot for going places. That's how I went to school, miles and miles away of school. And we will wake up even first grade as a little kid running miles and miles on bare feet in the sun, all that kind of horrible situation you can think of. It's worse than you can even imagine, actually. I didn't think so until I had to send my mother back to document the village I grew up in so I can see how things looks like. Until I was 12 years old, I lived in the countryside during the school, and I would be in the city with my mom, was always working in the city. And so I loved the countryside a lot. I get to be in the woods and learning all kinds of fruit trees and plants, vegetables, and the little animals and big animals. And so I loved it there as a child. However, there was a lot of struggles too. So after finishing my 7th grade, I went to a boarding school. From boarding school, I was going school. My schedule was during school time, I'm in school. During holidays, I'm in town with my mother. So after finishing 7th grade, I was no longer at school with my grandmother now. So I was in school, in boarding school. And then when schools are out, I'm in the city. So that cut the visiting of the countryside. I started going boarding school, city, boarding school to city until I became an adult. I never went back to the countryside. As a teenager, this is how the real transformation started. As a teenager, I remember going with my boyfriend. We went and watched a movie, and this movie was, it featured Cynthia Rothrock. Cynthia Rothrock is a martial artist American lady from here in America. And so she did some amazing kicks. She might have done some movies with Bruce Lee as well. I remember she's with Chuck Norris in the movies. She did No Retreat, No Surrender. Some people might know that movie. And Rage and Honor. And she did that one as well. So those movies changed my life. I said, what? A woman can kick a man like that? She can fly and do some fly kicks? I said, I'm going to do it too. I said, if a woman can do that, I'm doing it too. So I feel like it was just a calling from the divine that I needed to do that, because that opened my world. doing martial arts opened my world in a big way. I just loved martial arts. And so I was fortunate enough to one day I was reading a newspaper and I saw a little cutting on the newspaper saying there is a youth group in the ghetto town of Bulawayo in Makokoba. A man called Kont Mhlanga was teaching youths in doing karate. So through that karate, they started doing theater as well. So then that's how I got into karate, and then theater, acting, singing, doing lots of other things, you know, that major theater companies do. I was trained professionally there, and I was able to travel the world and get to meet different cultures, and that also opened my world even more. You know, I was always a curious child, always. So however, so all that became that, and now I focused on just traveling and acting and singing and performing and enjoying life like that until I started to think, okay, it's time to do my own stuff now. I cannot keep following my director to write for me, choreograph, and do all that. It was time for me to be creative because that was needed at the time. The director was like not producing anymore. So I had to do my own stuff. I had to be creative. All I knew is there was a God. There was God, there is Jesus. Those are the people I talked to whenever I needed help. I knew I had ancestors as well. So I knew my family, we believe that we have ancestors. We talked to our ancestors whenever we had problems. So I will say, God, Jesus, please help me. I need to be able to help myself into producing better works. And so I'll pray. I went to church. And I'll also say, please, my ancestors, please help me. I want to help myself and help my family. And those three things to me were key: God, Jesus, my ancestors. I didn't know anything else but that. So all my life, I stuck to that. And however, there is a long story that can go on for days, which I'm not going to go into. It's like you have to read the book or follow the documentaries that we're going to be producing in the future to understand the whole story. So I got married, came to Portland, Oregon, here in the U.S., and the marriage went the other way. You know, it's another way. I find it's another chapter of my life that was just another step of growing. I had to be independent to find my true strength again. I knew I was strong, but during my marriage, I wasn't complaining. I was very happy. I didn't have, you know, I could go anywhere with my ex-husband. We went anywhere we wanted. I had everything I wanted. Every money a woman can ever want, I had it. Holidays, we'll be flying anywhere we want. We did all that, but that wasn't fulfilling me. And I didn't leave the marriage because I was looking for fulfillment as such. Things just happened, you know, where we started to not get along, and we just decided, you know what, this is not healthy for us, and we went different ways. We are still friends. However, that was a chapter for me to grow. And from there were more questions in my life. I started to ask, okay, I had this life and I was feeling good, but still, I didn't feel really quenched. I felt there was something. How can I be so happy and feeling prosperous, yet I have other people suffering? There must be something. All I did is, God, please show me. How can I help others? Please, God, show me. How can I help others? And so more things happened. I got a lot of body injuries. And to me, those bodily injuries were teaching me to slow down and look from within to take care of myself. So during those injuries, I learned to be easy and take care of myself, you know, and then I also asked God for a healing. I said, I need to be able to heal. I needed to heal. The healing I was asking for, I wasn't asking for the healing to heal me. I was asking for the healing to heal my people back in Zimbabwe. Most of them are really dying. Most of family members are dying. They have AIDS. So it's been a cry in me that, God, why are all my people dying and AIDS is killing each and every one of them? I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be the only one alive, you know. Not that I cannot have AIDS, but I'm trying my best to take care of myself on that path. But my people are dying. One, it's lack of education, lack of resources, and so AIDS is just wiping them out. I don't have any friends anymore. And so I was like, God, please, I'm tired of this. I'm crying every year, every month. The community I live around is all going, and If there is, I said, God, if you are a real God, if you are really my creator, the creator of humans, you can help on this. Please intervene. I want to be able to find healing for my people. I was praying for maybe herbs and the power of God. I knew God has power. I said, if Jesus was able to wake people up when they were dead, God, you can do it too for me. You can do it too for my people. Please show me that power that you gave to Jesus and his followers. I needed that. I needed that. I said, Jesus, please show me. I know you are there somewhere. Please show me. How can I heal my people? And from that, somehow I felt like I found a herb. It's a Chinese herb. It's called Lingzi. I was like, okay, this is going to help my people. I read about the herb. I believed in it, but it was expensive. I had to buy it. I said, God, you showed me this, and you know I don't have money to buy it. And if this is the herb that's going to heal my people, help me manage to afford it, because there's millions of people. Millions of, we had about 12 million in Zimbabwe. How can I heal people when I cannot afford this herb? Please show me the best way. So that's when somehow I went to the library and I found a book in the bookshelf, and the book said Tao 1. I didn't even understand it. I said Tao. I was reading. I was like, Tao 1? It was at the Miglen's library. It's like Tao. I was like, no. Oh, I remember. This must be Tao, because I've heard Wayne Dyer talking about the Tao. I said, Tao is the way, follow nature's way and stuff like that. And I loved him talking. I was like, this must be the Tao. I took the book and I went home, and it was Master Sha. And after that was 2013. 2014 came and went, and actually at the end of 2014, in September, August, I got the book. I didn't know about what that was. That was August of 2013. So 1 year went, and then September of 2014, that's when I went to meet Master Sha's group without knowing. I didn't even know that would be the group of that book. But the moment I entered that room, and Terry, who is the one whose light shone in front of me when I went to New Renaissance, I saw Terry amongst 12 people. His light just was like, to me. I just went to Terry. I said, I'm looking for a teacher. He said, what can I help you with? I said, I'm looking for a spiritual teacher. I said, you need a reading or something? I said, sure, if you can do a reading for me to see how I can find a teacher. I'm looking for a teacher. So he goes, oh, really? So what kind of teacher? He was really easy. He doesn't push you. Because here, what I believe in is, just like our teacher says, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. My soul was ready. When I went to New Renaissance, my soul was searching for that teacher. And when I saw Terry, and I told him, I'm looking for a teacher, a high-level teacher. I'm not looking for a teacher that's going to waste my time. I want a teacher that knows that I'm ready and very ready for bigger and better teachings that can change my situation, my people's situation now and not tomorrow. I didn't have time to go to the Himalayas and study for 20 years to come. I needed change now, because my people need help now. So when I entered that room, Terry gave me the Divine Transformation book. When he handed me that book, I looked at it. I cried. I had not seen that book. I looked at it. I said, how did you know I want this book? He said, it's been waiting for you. My life has changed ever since. I can't thank Master Shah enough. I can't thank the Divine enough. I can't thank you enough. The book you've written with Master Shah saved my mother's life. Sometimes I pinch myself. I say, is this true? Is this real? Am I real, alive in physical form, or I'm just spirit experiencing this? And the answer is no. You are spirit in human form, and you are really experiencing this. This is the time for you to transform yourself and transform your people. And I'm honored beyond words. Beyond words. So I'm here right now. I cannot talk about my past and all that. I'm talking about the now. Is we went back to Africa. I sent my mother some cameras in 2010. However, just to back up a little bit, in 2010, whilst I was still in my little bit, the ego, as humans, we always have ego. The ego was there. It was big, but not as big as the egos I used to have in the past. I was in the ego of, oh my gosh, I'm a queen. I know how to rock the world. I'm going to rock this world so I can change my people. That's how I was putting it. But there was still some real ego. They're like, you see me? I can do this, right? But now I'm learning very much to be humble because I know it. I know what humbleness feels like. When I was raised in that community, they are very humble people. I will show the video for you to see the people I'm talking about. They live in poverty, so much poverty, but they give everything from their heart. They give so much. If you visited there, they'll run around trying to figure out what they can cook for you. They will go even in the woods to find some little vegetables to come and cook for you so you can eat and be full. You know, I know. And so I had lost that outbringing because of what the world is. We are here chasing things we don't understand, chasing fame, trying to be big and famous. And when I did that, I became famous. I traveled around the world, you know. I've enjoyed the luxury of staying in 5-star hotels, going on cruises and stuff. I didn't think much about my people. I was saying, an African proverb says, it takes a village to raise a child. And we all know that. Most Africans know that proverb. It takes a village to raise a child. And we are proud to say it, even right now. Even those who are watching, I know you are proud to say that word. It takes a village to raise a child. But when will we start changing and where it takes a child to raise that village? Because they raise us, we fly away. They raise us, we fly away. They raise us, we go to the city, we go to other countries, and we forget them. And they're the ones who took care of us. Looking at the video that came from where I come from, it's so pathetic, so sad. I look at my children's pictures and look at the pictures from that place, and I say, this can't be real. How can someone live like this? And yet I look like this. I'm not ashamed of myself to try to get all the best life I can have. And yet my people who raised me look like nothing, look like not humans at all. Living in the tiny little houses with nothing, suffering. All the people I grew up with, when my mother went back, she said, Loveness, there's nobody. One friend we found was Kiabetsi, and she couldn't talk. She couldn't see me. She's hiding in a hut, waiting to die. She has AIDS. She's dying, and she's just waiting there to die. That changed me. I said, okay, I wanted you, Mom, to go do a documentary about who I am, to interview all these people so they can tell the world about how great of a child I was. And so I can still continue showing the people how great I am with my ego involved in there. Showing the world that, oh, this is who I was. I was so great as a child. And then I went in here and I became great and I became great and I'm still great. I didn't have the knowledge of where I come from looked like. So I said, okay, Mom, go back, talk to the villagers about us helping them. They need to help us. They need to help me to help them. They need to release some land of some sort. So we can start taking care of these orphans, build them houses, build them something, teach them a lot of things. We can teach them how to heal themselves through Master Shah's teachings, so we can be able, instead of maybe trying to find medicine out there for the clinic. Master Sha's teacher had a clinic doing the same thing to heal people. This is how we're going to heal my people. We're going to have the clinic, and it's going to heal through love and the divine and Master Sha's teachings. So the villagers said, okay, here is the land, Loveness. We are very happy that you asked. We need your help. Here is the land. Now the land was given in 2011. And since then, right that very year, the blockages came in. I got injuries again around my whole body. And a lot of surgery on my shoulder, surgery here, back injuries. And things stopped. But deep inside, I knew I'm going to heal. We're going to do this. And I stayed with that in my mind and in my heart, that I'm healing for the purpose of the people that needs my help. And the divine helped me. I'm healing. I'm healed. I can dance again. I can perform again. And now is the time for me to get out there, just like I used to do, going out around the world, spreading the word of how the teachings of Master Sha can change us, how the people of Ma-Orp in Beitbridge needs our help. But I'm going to do that as I'm sharing with you, my audiences, how we can all change each other's world. I'll help show you the teachings of my teachers, your teachings that you wrote also in the book with Master Sha, the teachings that you learned from our teacher Master Sha, and everything that the divine is giving us into changing ourselves. I want to share with the world, to say, okay, here I am as a musician, come and see my music, have fun on stage, get a healing, and let's go for workshops as well, and learn more about how you can heal yourself. That from now, I'm really crying the tears of joy of how I met my teacher, how these teachings can help make the project of Ma-Orp happen with the help of you, all humanity. We need your help really deeply. This story is big. It's not just this, what you just heard, but we can talk here forever and ever. So for right now, I just want to say I'm very happy, especially to my beloved Master Sha, for finding me again. I can't thank you enough, Master Sha. I cannot thank enough. I just don't know what to say, but I know Master Sha knows. Even if I haven't met him in a physical form, he talks to me. I need him more than I've ever needed him before. The people of Zimbabwe needs you, Master Sha, more than they've ever needed help before. All of humanity needs you, Master Sha. We need you, my Father. I've always said to God, I know you are my Father. I know there is a real Father for me out there, because my biological father was never there for me. He transitioned and I was able to talk to him, and he says, please, my child, I don't deserve your forgiveness because I was never there for you. He feels that way, but I forgive him deeply and unconditionally. However, I know that Master Sha is the Father I've been searching for. My soul has been searching for that Father. There's no other Father like Master Sha in this lifetime. I thank you so much, Master Sha. I hope you can be able to see this. I love you so much. And thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Loveness. I'm just so touched by Loveness' passion and her calling us to help to heal his hometown and her community. She had experienced a luxurious life, and now she's awakened. Her home, her hometown, Africa, needs her, needs Master Sha's healing and wisdom and techniques. So I'm calling each one of you, Master Sha students, Divine Healing Hands, Divine Channel trainees, and all Divine Channels, and all the saints, animals, heaven's teams, to help and to awaken further, to realize our task and job is stand up to save humanity. And I want to call you to help our beloved Loveness to build this orphanage in Africa, to help people in Africa and help all humanities all over the world. They really need us. You have heard Loveness calling from her heart. Let's all go out to serve. Thank you so much for watching and hearing this calling and hear Loveness calling and her story. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Master Rolin. Thank you so much for giving up this time. We came in the studio to do your story, to write, to finish the project we started about the Divine Love book and the classes that we want to offer to humanity. And you just said, no, we're going to put mine aside and do your story. And I appreciate that.
I'm just so touched by your passion and your deep desire to help. And really, you have taught me a big lesson, and I'm just very grateful. You have taught all of us a big lesson, and your passion to serve, to help others, and your deep love for Master Sha.
I love him so much. I love him so much. He came to me in many ways through the book, just sitting in the library on its own, in a shelf where it didn't have to be in that shelf. It just sat there, just one book, Tao 1. I went to that. That's how he came to me. People need to wake up and open their eyes, even their physical eyes, their ears, things that are happening around us. They are communicating some things to us. Everything has a soul. The soul of Master Sha came through that book, in that book, and said, I'm here. If you are ready, if you are my student and you are ready, you will see me. And I saw him, and I got the book. I didn't understand the language, whatever was being sung there, but it made me happy. I played it at home. I didn't know what I was playing. It made me good, felt good. So I'd like to invite everyone who's watching to please watch around you. A song on TV sometimes, or on the radio, it might be communicating something to you. If we can just pay attention of things that are happening around us, we'll find the answers. We'll find our way, because our soul is perving, is trying to find the right way to get to where it actually belongs. To God, to Tao, to the light, to love, to peace and harmony. That's all we are searching for. And we start looking for love in the wrong places. You know, I've been in many relationships. I'm thinking, oh, maybe this relationship is going to work and then I can have really complete love. No, the love is right here. The Divine gave me a song that says, Loveness, you are the love you are seeking. There is no other love out there. You have to find it out here first. Even if I'm looking for romantic love, it has to start within me. And so I got a song and it communicated to me, about me. I'm singing to myself, and it also sings to you and to everybody else. And with that, I just want to say thank you, Divine. Thank you, Tao. Thank you, all my Heavens team and all my ancestors. I'm so grateful, and I'm so grateful for this lifetime, actually. This is one of the most auspicious lifetimes, the soul light era. Who doesn't want to be alive in this time, you know?